It's Ash from Super Videos, back for another video for The Walking Dead, The Ones Who Live. In this video, we're going to be taking a look at two topics that are kind of connected. One has to do with the summit that has been teased many times, which is going to take place at the Cascades, which is something we're going to see in the finale of Season 1 of The Ones Who Live. And also, we're going to talk about the Echelon Briefing, which Rick is going to get at some point in the finale, as well as Michonne. I'll explain how that works in a little bit because it is confusing. But there are definitely some very interesting things that have been teased, and I'm definitely intrigued to see how everything is going to come together. But if any part of what they've teased is true, then this definitely changes everything as far as the universe. So stay tuned, we'll be right back to break this down. Alright, as always, before we dive into it, smash the like button, subscribe to join our community, and press the bell to be notified when I upload on the channel. With that said, let's dive right into it. So of course, we do know that Rick is going to go back. He's going to make a case that the sole survivor of the helicopter crash was him, and that everybody else died, including Michonne. Basically going to try to go back and try to continue his vision as far as climbing the ranks of the CRM and becoming a red-striped CRM soldier, just like Pearl Thorne. And the reason why he does that is to get the Echelon Briefing from Major General Beale. There was this part in the trailer where General Beale says this changes everything, and it seems like this is what he says right before he gives the Echelon Briefing. I'm assuming that he's looking at Rick right here. Now, it looks like the Echelon Briefing is broken into two parts. One is maybe a smaller one-on-one chat with Major General Beale, which is this, but a more extensive, in-depth briefing, which he gives to several people together. We're going to talk about that in a little bit. But of course, we do know that they've also been setting up and moving towards the summit that's going to take place at the Cascades. Based on the things that Rick, Pearl Thorne, and Major General Beale have said, this is going to be a major event where all CRM representatives, decision makers, and leaders come to talk about several things that are going on. In the trailer for the finale, we do see this, the Cascades, where the summit is going to take place. We have like thousands of soldiers there, which is super awesome. I'm assuming that not all of these are just soldiers. I'm assuming they're all wearing that uniform, but there are decision makers, representatives, and leaders amongst them. And by leaders, we mean supervisors and superintendents and things like that within the CRM organization. But of course, there's a podium set. I'm assuming Major General Beale, who's going to give them a talk. Now, how does this connect to the Echelon Briefing? I think that Major General Beale could be giving parts of the Echelon Briefing to everybody that's here. I could be wrong, but it seems like maybe that's the direction they're going with it. Either that, or he's just going to tell them something super important as far as the next phase of the CRM and what they're all about. But there's also this scene where Pearl Thorne is shocked about what she's seeing. I think that this could potentially be Pearl Thorne reacting to the size of the people that are there. Maybe she had no idea that that many people would show up. Maybe she thought that it's a smaller scale summit. Now, why would she be shocked? Because maybe she knows that they're going to give huge details, maybe parts of the Echelon Briefing to people. And she is shocked by the amount of people that are going to get that briefing in one go. That could be one way to look at it. But of course, we do know that Michonne actually infiltrates the CRM and wears the CRM uniform and gets the Echelon Briefing as well. And based on her reaction, she is appalled by what she's seeing. And what she's seeing is something like this. It's a map and it has 2 points on it, which says Extraction Zone 1 and Extraction Zone 2. What could this be? This is actually super interesting. I think this is definitely one part of the Echelon Briefing. It's not the entirety of the Echelon Briefing, like this particular reveal, but whatever this is also shocking on its own. I think just by the title Extraction Zone alone, it leads me to think that this is some sort of variation of the cleansing that they've done to the different communities like Omaha and the other locations, and also the small settlements that they come across, like the one with Michonne's group. And I think this is the cleansing and destruction of not just entire towns or cities, but entire areas. Like, for example, the cleansing of the western part of the United States or something like that. Now, what are these extraction zones? These are probably extraction zones where the personnel for the CRM go to in order to stay away from the explosion blast. Why are they doing this? And the only thing that comes to my mind is that this is part of what Jadis mentioned earlier in the season, which is that the CRM has a 500-year plan. So they're trying to rebuild society. And one way to go about doing that is to destroy everyone and everything, human and non-human alike, in entire areas of the United States and possibly even the world, to kill not just humans but walkers in order to be able to start from zero, which is big. I mean, if they end up doing that, then it impacts the entire universe, not just this one show or this one story. But also, moving away from this one shot alone, what I thought of is just looking at the title, Echelon Briefing. Echelon being a French word meaning step or higher ranking in some organization. It led me to think that this could be connected to the story in The Walking Dead Daryl Dixon and the group that we saw, Genet's group and her French army. Could we possibly be seeing the reveal of the CRM's connection to Genet's group, and that's why it's called the Echelon Briefing? That could be part of it as well. And with that obviously comes not just the reveal about the connection and the alliance between them, but also the reveal about what they might have going on there as far as their variant walkers and the super zombies that they're trying to build. But I think aside from that, this could also be the time where we might get reveals about bigger alliances that the CRM has. Maybe the CRM is much bigger than we initially thought. Maybe they have connections to France and Genet's group, maybe to a group in Spain or other parts of the world, and maybe even reveals about other alliances that no one knew about inside the United States, like Commonwealth and places like that. So there's definitely a lot of interesting reveals that could come. It's just a matter of what they envision for the future and, you know, that next phase in the universe. But that's pretty much everything I wanted to go through in this video. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, smash the like button, subscribe to join our community, and press the bell to be notified when I upload on the channel. That's it for this video. See you next time for another super video.